Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Vlogmas with Fetty and some crazy hair. I just jumped out of the shower and managed to actually dry my hair, which is good. It's 9 o'clock in the morning, which means I'm already late. It's fine, it's fine. In theory, I'm supposed to be on a meeting. In practice, I don't need to be on a meeting because I actually start in half an hour. So I'm going to use that half hour to walk Poppy because she's been quite lazy and so have I, so it's okay. As you can see behind me, the house is a complete mess. This is just a tiny part of it, but the rest of the apartment is completely trashed. I think yesterday's been one of those days in which both Andrew and I were like, oh yeah, we'll do this, and then sort of stopped halfway through, which resulted in a mound of stuff piled around the house. So that needs to be sorted at some point, but I also need to work, and I have a cybersecurity training at 10:30. What else? Oh yes, I need to wrap one present, and then there is the lasagna that needs to be made because the ragu is ready. It's been resting for 24 hours, so it's now nice and delicious. Well, also I hope. It's my first time actually making ragu from scratch, but I think I've cracked it. I mean, it's really easy. As long as it rests and cooks for long enough, it should be fine. I'll show you. But yeah, so that needs to be assembled and frozen because next week is going to be mad, so no chance of that happening. Let's crack on with the day. Many hours later, and here we are. It's dark outside. It's actually not that late. I think it's 5:10. So, and this is one of those moments that I like to call extreme multitasking. Why is that, you say? Because I literally just submitted an article for review. So that's how it works. Either I get assigned to a story or I pitch a story, and then I get to write it. And once I've written it, obviously I double check and put all the elements in it, but then it needs to go through an editor to sub and then get published. But yeah, so I've just submitted something, and I think there's going to be a little gap in between what I do next because I don't have a story to write next. I don't even know what I'll actually do another one before the end of the day, but it's been a bit of a busy day. But what I'm about to do now is tackle that mess. Yesterday evening we didn't do dishes. What a surprise! It seems to be a recurring thing the past few weeks. Really, you witnessed the worst of it, but it's fine. But that Andrew reminded me that today is 1 year since this wonderful clip that I'm going to show you in a moment was uploaded to YouTube, and I think we all deserve that, so I'll show you now. Right, so this is the clip. If you live in the UK or in Scotland, chances are that you've already seen this. But if you haven't, you're in for a treat. It's about 48 seconds long, but I really wish it was longer because it's genius. So STV, I think, is the national TV channel in Scotland. They were at a Christmas market and they asked this kid to sing Jingle Bells, but then it takes a whole different route. Obviously I don't own the copyright of this. It's STV News copyright and all that, but I think we all deserve to watch this clip today because this year's been hard and I had forgotten it, and I genuinely started laughing when I realised I hadn't watched it in a really long time. But yeah, you're in for a treat.
STV News broadcasting on all good viewers, but now it's time for a Christmas song, dashing through the snow in a one-full soft sleigh. All the hills we go, laughing all the way, ha ha ha. Stockings to be up, Santa coming down to give you presents every single year. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, make fun of us to ride in a one-full soft sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, make fun.
Get ready for the final.
And the one-full soft sleigh.
So yeah, that was a clip. Tell me it wasn't absolutely fantastic. It just goes on to make up the words with the exception of Jingle Bells, and it's great, and I love how it ends the sleigh. Okay, right, I'll do the dishes, and then after that I think I'll put on a pot of water to boil so that I can start cooking the lasagna sheets and then assemble. Oh, God, I really want to be done with this lasagna business. I'm not a fan of lasagna. I'm just just in it out of love. What I want to eat right now is one of the croissants that I'm looking at. We had one for breakfast, but I kind of want another one, and it's right there. But I'll resist. Good evening. It's a little bit later, and I have all the ingredients ready and prepped in sort of like a nice, beautiful line of work on the kitchen counter. Ta-da! I've also got Grackle on. Do you watch Grackle? You should definitely watch those videos. I mean, she's so funny. Also, we secretly think she is the soulmate for my brother. So, jokes aside, everything's cooked. I burnt my fingertips trying to prepare lasagna sheets because they need to be boiled for about 2-3 minutes before they can be used, because otherwise they just go crunchy. They don't go nice and soft and pasta-y. Fun fact, I haven't assembled a lasagna from scratch ever. Or at least, you know, I've assisted my grandma doing that, but that's as far as I went. I did do it like with all the elements already made for me. Maybe in my first year of uni. So that was 2011. I had this space in which I was like, I'm just gonna prepare as much food as possible. I'm going to freeze it in little portions. I was really organized. And then when that food finished, I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'll just live like a student, and basically proceeded to eat cereal for the next 3 weeks. But that aside, I'll start making some lasagna. And if you're wondering what I'm wearing and why it looks like it's an old man's coat, it is because it is. Or it was, at least. This is my grandpa's jumper, cardigan, whatever you want to call it. It's really warm. And I found it in the house that we have in the south of Italy, which is the house that he built. And this summertime, he passed away in October, end of October last year, so it's going to be the second Christmas without him. Last year was a complete horrible time. I generally couldn't enjoy anything. Was so strange, but this year I'm feeling better. In a way, grief was like I managed to process grief better during the pandemic, so that's something that I would love to discuss a little bit more, but I don't know whether it's a little bit too dark for this channel. If you are experiencing grief, or you've experienced grief around Christmas time, I can only recommend the channel Rosiana Halse-Rojas. She talks a lot around, especially around Christmas time, about grief. She lost her father, I believe, 7 years ago, and she's quite open about the process of grieving and understanding what your body needs, what your mind needs, and the fact that it is fine to be sad at a time that people normally classify as a happy time. Grief chat aside, let's crack on with this. And for those wondering, I'm just reheating the ragu after a couple of days of sitting, but that's what it looks like. So you saw how it started, maybe? Oh no, you didn't, because I did that on Instagram, didn't I? But yeah, that's the handmade ragu, which is the first time I ever made it, but looks alright. Andrew likes it, so it's fine. So this is what the bottom layer looks like. So there is a little bit of sauce at the very bottom, then there is a lasagna sheet. On top of that there is the ragu, a little bit of bechamel sauce, a little bit of parmesan, and some mozzarella. And now I just repeat this until I finish this mountain of pasta and that mountain of ragu and all that beautiful cheese. I'll put this on some sort of time lapse so I can watch a little bit of YouTube, distract myself. This is not that interesting, so Well, right, so a whole lot of mess later, we do have a finished lasagna that we're going to bake on Christmas Day. I'm going to show you this beautiful masterpiece now. Controversial, I know. On top, normally I would put some sauce, as in red sauce, aka ragu, or just tomato sauce, but I've run out, so it's a white top, but it's okay. You know, for the first fully homemade, well, sort of fully homemade lasagna attempt, well, we'll make do with this one. I'll show you. Ta-da! I mean, it looks very white. Oh, there we go. More representative look of this. But yeah, so all I'm going to do now is wrap it in cling film, or yeah, probably cling film is the best one, and then it's going to come out of the freezer on Christmas Day, or Christmas Eve actually, and then we'll bake it. Right, I actually wanted to move to a different spot, but then realised this looks like it's got a funny cone-shaped hat, so enjoy my beautiful hat. I'm going to wrap this up here now because there is a complete mess in the kitchen and I need to sort out my life and I need to edit this vlog, so definitely nothing exciting is going to happen other than the fact that we are probably, since I'm fed up of cooking today and Andrew's lost his inspiration to cook a few days ago, we're probably going to get curry from our local curry place. This is a really weird angle, hold on. But yeah, nothing exciting is going to happen, so I'll wrap this up here. As always, thank you so much for watching this vlog. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. It's absolutely fine. It helps me understand what people like or dislike. And if you haven't subscribed but you enjoyed this video, well, there is a few more coming your way, and why not subscribe? But yeah, thank you again for watching. Goodbye!